Okay, I hope we've learned our lesson about when to be aggressive and not be aggressive with this deck after last round. His hand looks fine. It's not ideal in terms of how I'm curving out, but it'll do. Um, kind of like leading on turn 1 elf here. I don't think the elf gets significantly better as the game goes on. Like, I don't think the Inquisition gets much worse if I cast it like a turn later or so. But the elf gets way better or way worse if it doesn't attack here. It's another pod deck. Probably. Oh, maybe just John. He's probably going to take one of these cards. Probably leaves that just on the basis of me using my mana that way is not ideal. Probably takes Inquisition because it disrupts the removal spell he's going to line up with the Nexus. Guess he could also be pod. Like some pod lists do play this card. Hmm. So he's like heavy removal. I think I just Inquisition him here. Maybe I should have just fetched the black on 1. Oh, he is pod. Interesting. I don't really care. Like, the only card in his hand that even does something against... Like, they're all interchangeable. Let's rephrase. There's no point in taking a 2-drop. So taking this decay is just better. I think I just run this right here. Rather than wait and potentially have it line up weird with something else. So we had 2 Ooze, Voice, Rhino. Yeah, that one does make sense. Let's get the chip shots in. She's got unknown card, Voice, or unknown card, Ooze, Ooze, Rhino. Don't really care about that. That card doesn't matter. Do I want to salvage? I'd just be salvaging for a land. Yeah, I'm actually okay with that. Yeah, because this is why. Because if I hit another Nexus, uh, so I tap that one for 1, and this one animates, and he's dead in 1. So the logic there, just to recap, was that if I hit a Nexus, he's dead in 1. And if I don't hit a Nexus, he takes 1 and goes to 6 poison and is still dead in 2. Like, dealing X or 11 or whatever doesn't really matter much. I think I don't block with the elf, which forces him... Yeah, I'm just going to take this. If he has a removal spell, he has to be able to play Guy plus removal spell here for it to matter. I see the win. Okay, cool. He sees that I see it. So I boarded in Thoughtseize. I boarded out an Inquisition or two, which seems fine. It's not good. I don't really want to attack their creatures. I want those, and those, and this. I also boarded out all of this crappy creature. And I got to keep in one card, which is another Inquisition. There we go. We went through the whole motions of last time, right? That's worse than Inquisition, right? This card doesn't do anything. I think Spellskite's worse than Inquisition, though. Oh, how did I get to 61? I thought it said 59 for whatever. I was probably holding a card when I looked. Yeah, so there should be one less Inquisition. If I draw an Inquisition as a coin flip, it should be a Cycler. This hand is pretty excellent. It's not the best against a turn 2 pod, but doesn't look like he has that. So I'll just leave it on a tapped land. Yeah. So the question is, so if I think the game is going to go long enough that I need to, or sorry, let's reverse that. If the game is going to be short enough, let me play the Nexus here. If the game's going to be short enough that I need to fill my graveyard for turn 3, I would want to have had Dark Blast. That's obnoxious. I would have wanted to fetch there to maximize my graveyard for... Oh, that's a lot of hate. I would have wanted to maximize my graveyard to beat the card... Where am I going with this? Oh, that bricked. Cool. Get him to tap out for turn. I would have wanted to... Sorry, not beat. I wanted to cast a early... Become Immense by filling my graveyard. But given this hand, I didn't think, like, without a heavy amount of pump spells, I don't think I'd need to be aggressive. I didn't even have the Become Immense, and I had a Rancor. So it was, like, not very likely I was going to get to that point anyways. Or get to that point that early anyways. Dark Blast is a huge issue. So yeah, I just went with the tap land because I want to save the life in the immediate game state, as opposed to maximizing my Become Immense in the early game. And we did not extend the Viridian Corruptor there because you can upkeep Dark Blast it, draw step, redraw Dark Blast, and all that does is let me get in the same hit with the Nexus that I was going to get in anyways. And get completely wrecked by Lingering Souls, too. Wow. This game is an absolute nightmare. I'm, like, struggling to come up with a game plan that doesn't involve me just dying. Maybe I can... I don't even know. Probably involves ripping Become Immense. That might be enough. Did he dredge on his draw step and cast? He did not. Which has me worried. Yeah, I'll take it. Probably has another removal spell. Oh. So I'm going to get a black, green. So this turn actually gets interesting. So this is getting cast. The question is how much life I pay. If I pay 4 life, I get to cast Plague Stinger this turn, which I think is worse than Noble Hierarch this turn. Is Dark Blast in hand. So, what if I lead on Rancor here? I'm at least casting 1 Rancor. I want to see what happens here before I make a move. Okay, that's fine. Cast another Rancor. Yeah, I'll cast... Here we go. I got this. Forgot about this trick. So my thought was that if he doesn't kill the Noble on beginning of combat and just blocks with the Rhino, he just dies. Yeah. And this, I just trample over because of the Rancors. Sweet. Yay, that card. Hopefully his last card's not a removal spell. He's 1 short of killing me with a Rhino. He did not dredge Dark Blast, which implies he doesn't have it in hand. And the lead on Rancor there was that if he kills my guy, I can adjust my plan to, like, cast Noble, Stinger, and the Dismember, and try to overload his Dark Blast. Well, that was also a really good draw. His current board state, he throws everything he has onto the bus. Lead on the Pendlehaven in case, I don't know, he has another Dark Blast or something. And I can't cast the Rancors because I have Pendlehaven. There we go. He did not dredge. Yeah. Play around a removal spell this way. Cool. Easy game. So I missed a round of recording due to forgetting to set something up, and I beat Ascendancy in the first round with the lovely Phyrexian Crusader. He did have a Cyclonic Rift in his deck, so he could have won that way. But or could have stopped Crusader that way. But that puts me to 2-1 with a punt being the loss. Sweet.